I'm no professional at woodland and forest photography. When I began this journey of capturing trees, it was no easy task, but the pure enjoyment of exploring places like this has motivated me to keep practicing and to keep continuing to learn to compose the craziness of nature. I never really used to be one for warm tones or green tones in my images. I definitely prefer cooler tones in my photography. But since getting really stuck into forest photography, and especially areas like this where it is so mossy everywhere, I've really started to accept and learn to love it. You really cannot deny this vibrant, lush green floor. What I find about the Forest of Dean is that you've got to get really stuck into the depths of these trees to find the amazing, mossy, crazy areas like this. And I think this has to be the most disordered area I have found so far. Not only do I have to look out for potential images among the chaos in the forest, but I also have to make sure that I don't fall over anything. I think I've just spotted a very cool, interesting tree over in the distance, so we're going to go check it out. As you can see, this tree is half out of the ground. It's leaning over, resting on some other trees. That's the only reason why it's probably not fallen over completely yet. There might be a couple of roots still clinging into the earth there. I might have probably walked past it if it wasn't for the fact you've got that white split in the trunk there. I think that's what has drawn me to this tree. I'm at f5 because I want the background to be blurry and out of focus. There is a lot of trees behind this one trunk. I find them all very distracting, and I want this trunk to be the sharpest, the main focal point of this image. What I feel like this tree almost needs is a very moody, atmospheric, foggy day, a blanket of mist in between the background and this tree trunk just to separate it even further. We're going to take a shot anyway, see what we can do with it. The trick with a place like this is to pull it apart, break it down and try and simplify it. Sometimes that is very easy and other times it's not so easy. I was just sat admiring this beautiful scene. We've got lovely trees, we've got this little stream of water separating the two mossy banks, and I realised that there might be a couple of shots here. First thing I've done is popped my standard zoom lens onto my camera, and instead of taking a wide shot to begin with, which is what I tend to do, I've gone straight into the background of this scene. I've zoomed right into the back to this group of trees. These trees have a really nice separation between them, a really clear gap between each one that just makes this scene, at least in my opinion, very nice to look at, very easy on the eyes. What I'm making sure is that this branch, this broken branch on the floor, is not in the bottom of my image. Keep those edges nice and clean. I did take a wider shot incorporating the stream and branch elements, however, I do prefer the previous closer crop. Hurry up, you're lagging behind. We just found our next and last image. There is an abundance of fallen or half-fallen trees in this forest, and I found another one, which I'm going to show you now because it's really, really cool. There. Yeah. I'll give you a better view. That's not got my face in it. Same concept, half in the ground, half out the ground. Tree leaning upon other trees behind it, saving it from completely toppling over. This time, the span of these roots is much bigger. The gap it's leaving in the ground is much bigger. The moss around it and upon it just looks much, much more vibrant. Setting up for our last scene of today, we've got the 24 to 120mm lens on. The first shot is going to be a close-up, a zoom into the base of this trunk and the roots of this tree. The idea is that it's not going to tell the whole story of what this scene looks like, so it kind of leaves it to the imagination a little bit. The second image is going to be a wide shot, possibly a 16:9 crop because I love those, and it's going to incorporate two other main subjects. So to the right of this leaning tree, we've got a tree stump, and then on the opposite side of the bank, we've got this healthy tree that is standing nice and tall. What I see is kind of a little story, I guess, of the life cycle of a tree. You've got the tree that is healthy and standing, a tree that's leaning over, presumably by natural causes, and then a tree that has been completely chopped down and is gone. I'd love to know which you prefer, the wide 16:9 image or the close-up shots. I could spend hours photographing this forest, but I think that's enough of me today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed any of the images in this video, and I'll see you next week.